We're following breaking news stateside and abroad, a shocking development from the Vatican. Find out what this means for the Catholic Church. And closer to home, 3 are dead after a man opens fire at a Delaware courthouse. News 4 at noon starts now.
You're watching News 4 at noon in high definition.
Good afternoon, I'm Mike Colombo. Robin has the day off. Thank you for joining us today for News 4 at noon. We're closely following a developing story overseas. Pope Benedict XVI announced this morning he will step down later this month. The Pope says his advanced age is leading to his decision. This will be the first time a Pope has stepped down in 600 years. The St. Louis Archdiocese is reacting to the news. In a statement, diocese officials say, "We pray for the Holy Father and offer him our fraternal support. We've been blessed by his leadership in boldly proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ and challenging us all to draw close to Christ." We talked to Catholics around the Cathedral Basilica today. Many of them are shocked by the news, but think it is the right decision.
One has to understand that probably the gravity of the weight of the responsibilities that he has, considering his age. I would think that he's making the decision that calls for the right decision to be made.
Churchgoers offered prayers for the Pope at Mass this morning. News 4 will be following this story all day. Stay with us for News 4 at 5 and 6 for the latest, and check on KMOV.com for updates. Now to our other big story we're following. 3 people are dead after a shooting this morning at a courthouse in Delaware. Officials say it appears the gunman killed his estranged wife, another woman, before taking his own life. A worker inside the courthouse at the time described the scene.
Walking in the building through the side door like I always do every morning, and then when I was walking in, I heard these first 2 shots. I saw people going on the ground, so I just turned around and ran out of the building.
The shooting happened in the public lobby. 2 police officers were injured exchanging fire with the gunman. Fire officials suspect a space heater caused an early morning fire in Jennings. It happened around 2:30 near Jennings Station Road and Lena Avenue. We're told 1 person was treated at the scene for minor injuries. The Red Cross is helping victims with food, clothing, and a place to stay. News 4 has learned St. Louis police have made 27 arrests in the College Hill neighborhood since launching a new crime initiative last week. Police Chief Sam Dotson tweeted the numbers this morning. City officials have vowed to clean up the College Hills neighborhood of crime. Switching gears now to weather. It started out cold and windy this morning, but we're seeing at least a little warm up if you can stand the strong wind. Meteorologist Candy Horner is in the Weather Center with a first look at the forecast.
Hey, Mike, our weather looks beautiful from inside a warm building looking out through the glass, but when you step outside, it is very windy. And as you look now at our satellite imagery, you can see our clear skies, but there is a pretty big storm system up over Chicago, and the air that's rotating around that storm is bringing us our strong southerly or westerly wind for today, and that's what we're going to see throughout the afternoon. It'll die down later tonight, but look what it's doing to our temperature. Just look at St. Louis where it's 45. Factor in the wind chill, it feels like it is 37 degrees. To help you plan your day, I've put together a Monday forecast for you that begins at 3 o'clock at 48 degrees, winds gusting up to 35 miles an hour. As the day goes on, our temperature will fall to 42 at 6. The winds die down to 5 to 10 miles an hour, and by 9 o'clock this evening, about 37 degrees. For the kids watching with their fingers crossed, well, actually, they should be at school. But there's a chance of a snow day coming up. We'll talk about that coming up.
Thank you, Katie. Boeing engineers are reviewing data from a weekend flight test of the 787 Dreamliner. The plane flew for more than 2 hours Saturday without issue. Experts hope information from the flight will help figure out what caused problems with the plane's lithium-ion batteries. Those batteries led to the worldwide grounding of the aircraft 3 weeks ago. More test flights are scheduled for this week. Illinois Governor Pat Quinn wants you to be able to vote online. The governor says the state's election process must move into the 21st century. Supporters say it would attract the millennial generation that's traditionally been absent from the election process. More than a dozen states already offer online registration. More than 200,000 people are still without power in the Northeast after a winter storm dumped more than 3 feet of snow in some places. It's been tough for people to get around, but the airlines and Amtrak are slowly getting back to normal. 8 states from Maine to Pennsylvania lost power from the storm, which is also being blamed for at least 15 deaths in the U.S. and Canada. At least 16 people were hurt Sunday when a tornado ripped through the college town of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The twister destroyed several homes, damaged businesses, and toppled buildings at the University of Southern Mississippi. Crews are already out trying to assess the damage. The town's mayor thanks an alert system for saving lives.
Early warning system really worked. I mean, they kicked in really well. I think people heeded the warning. And so in that regard, I think that we probably would have had, the storyline would have been different.
Police at the University of Southern Mississippi have declared a state of emergency and urge those not on campus to stay away until further notice. $1 million, that's the reward being offered for information leading to the arrest of a former LA police officer accused of killing 3 people. Police started searching for 33-year-old Christopher Dorner last Thursday. Overnight, we learned a Lowe's home improvement store was evacuated when someone told police they saw someone who looked like the 33-year-old fugitive. California authorities have a 12-year-old in custody after they say the student threatened a mass shooting at school. Authorities say Friday night, the 7th grader sent a school administrator a threatening email saying a teacher and several students would be shot today. Authorities say the email also referenced 3,000 rounds of ammunition and numerous firearms. Police arrested the student at home and also seized 5 rifles reportedly belonging to the student's parents. As gas prices inch closer to $4 a gallon, drivers on the Missouri side of the river are seeing it about 10 cents cheaper than the national average of $3.59. Over the past 2 weeks, gas has jumped 25 cents. Some gas in West County is selling for $3.36 a gallon. In Madison County, Illinois, gas is selling for about $3.58 a gallon. Well, there is a push across the country to get people eating better. Some want junk food and sodas out of school. In the Big Apple, they are banning big sugary drinks from various businesses. Now, some lawmakers in Texas want to go a step further. They want to limit the amount of unhealthy food and drinks parents can buy with government assistance. Their bill would make it harder for people on assistance to buy junk food and energy drinks.
There's nothing nutritious or healthy about these products, and in fact, they're potentially dangerous to children. And we don't believe that you should be able to be using government funds to be buying them.
We should not be, on the one hand, using money, tax dollars, to buy junk food, and then on the other hand, using tax dollars to pay for the health-related diseases that come about because of junk food.
The 2 proposals are currently before the Texas legislature. There is no indication yet if they will get enough support to pass. Glad to be in Missouri. And speaking of junk food, how do these potato chip flavors sound to you? Chicken and waffles, cheesy garlic bread, or sriracha? Well, that's a hot sauce used in Thai dishes. How's that taste? Well, lately, Lay's is letting potato chip lovers decide which one of the 3 will be its newest flavor. All 3 will be in stores next week. After trying them, you may vote until May. The flavor with the most votes will stay. Coming up on News 4 at noon, is it time for Apple to unveil a new smart device? Find out the rumored smartwatch. And also ahead, are you in the clear when it comes to the flu? We'll tell you why the numbers might be saying yes. That and more straight ahead on News 4 at noon. But first, in case you missed it, Claire, Andre, Kent, and yours truly were on News 4 this morning. Here is a quick look at what we covered. And remember, News 4 this morning starts every morning at 4:30. Here's a look at what you missed. You can expect police officers to take action.
I can do that.
How you doing? You holding up?
Breaking news from the Vatican.
Any constitutional movement
Going to resign.
It does impact our economy.
It's something to watch.
Maker's Mark is going to start watering down its bourbon.
Hey buddy, gotta wake up.
I'm over there sucking down the coffee.
Oh!
With those winds, we gotta keep both hands on the wheel.
Wind will not be as strong tomorrow.
Look at all that damage, dude.
Gautier stopped and talked to us, but is this good for a party or no?
Beautiful scene of the sunrise, courtesy of Sky Zoom 4.
You're watching News 4 in high definition.
If you love your iPhone, iPad, and iMac, listen up. There are new rumors Apple is working to add a smart watch to its mobile gadget portfolio. Both the New York Times and Wall Street Journal say Apple is working on a watch that runs its iOS mobile operating system. The reports say the so-called iWatch would perform some of the functions of a smartphone. Apple did not comment on either report. Take a good look at your credit report. There could be a mistake in it that could cost you some money or keep you from getting a mortgage or loan. As many as 42 million Americans have errors in their credit report, with some 20 million having significant mistakes. That's according to a report from the Federal Trade Commission. Coming up next on News 4 at noon, a new use for an old drug. Plus, music's biggest night is in the books. We'll run down the big winners from the 56th annual Grammys. That's when we come back. But first, take a look at your fun fact. What is actress Meg Ryan's real name? The answer a little later, only on News 4 at noon.
If you're interested in a lifetime companion and would like to adopt Fenton, go to the Animal Protective Association on South Hanley, and you can take another look at him by logging onto our website, KMOV.com. They're such a shy puppy, but such a sweetheart.
I could have used him this morning. It was cold.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Thanks,
You're
Katie.
welcome.
The biggest night in music wrapped up, and it was a big night for a few musicians.
And the Grammy goes to Babel, Mumford & Sons.
Producer.
Mumford & Sons took home Album of the Year. The trio Fun took home Best New Artist and Song for their hit We Are Young. And Kelly Clarkson won Pop Vocal Album for Stronger. Farmville is coming to television. X-Men director Brett Ratner will produce a half-hour animated TV series based on Zynga's popular social media game. No word yet on which network will carry the Farmville show. Coming up, Katie and I will be right back with the answer to the fun fact. Again, the question, what is actress Meg Ryan's real name? The answer next, right here, only on News 4 at noon. Now it's time for the fun fact answer. This is big for me. This is Robin Smith territory. I get to do this today.
You get to answer it. But you know, I'm sitting here thinking of all my favorite Meg Ryan movies.
Right.
I have it between Sleepless in Seattle and When Harry Met Sally. Those are my two favorites. So
right.
Why are we talking about Meg Ryan? Well, we want to know, what is her real name?
The answer? You want to take it?
You take it.
Margaret Hyra. Margaret Hyra is Meg Ryan's real name. There you go. Remember, you can find the answer to this question and some of our other trivia topics on our KMOV Trivia app. The KMOV Trivia app is free, so load it on your smartphone. Weather, windy this morning?
Yeah, it'll be windy throughout the afternoon if you're getting ready to head out for a lunch appointment. It is still quite windy, but mostly sunny today. A few high clouds will come in later tonight. Tomorrow, 46 degrees, so much like today. I think today's high will be 48, so tomorrow, 46. Remember, overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday morning, we may have a brief shot of rain that'll turn over to a light snow for some. Right now, it appears to be tracking just to our southern counties. It will move up to 50 degrees by Wednesday afternoon, so any snow that does fall, you can expect it to melt. Cuddle up, it'll be getting cold after Valentine's Day.
All right, thanks, Katie. Thank you for spending this half hour with us. Here are the names of the men and women behind the scenes who make this broadcast possible. We'll see you tomorrow morning on News 4 This Morning, which begins at 4:30 in the morning, and tomorrow with News 4 at noon.